Cindy, and today I am going to show you how to make little hot chocolate bombs, which are these little chocolate balls filled with hot chocolate mix that you just put in a mug and then cover with hot water or hot milk and enjoy. They're super easy to make, and we're going to do that now. You don't need a lot to make your hot chocolate bombs. The most important thing that you're going to need is some kind of chocolate. So the recommendation is that you use a chocolate bar, not chocolate chips or anything like that, and they should have, cocoa butter and like 65% chocolate in it. So to make sure that I get a good amount of chocolate in mine, I use these Ghirardelli Bittersweet 60% chocolate, and then I also use these Ghirardelli Semi-Sweet chocolate because I like my chocolate to be a little bit sweeter. That's the only thing you need to make the chocolate balls, and then for the inside, you're going to need some kind of hot chocolate powder. Swiss Miss also works. If you have it in a container, that works. If you like mini marshmallows, you can get mini marshmallows, or if you want sprinkles or candy canes or whatever, that's totally fine. And then you're either going to need milk or water for the end of it. So I'm going to show you how to make the hot chocolate bombs now. So you're going to take your chocolate. I only recommend using about 4 ounces because you can still make a lot of hot chocolate. And you're just going to take a knife and you're going to chop it up as thin as you can. Once you have everything chopped up pretty well, you're just going to put all of the pieces into a bowl, microwave safe. And then you're just going to pop this into your microwave at 50% power for about 2 minutes. At the end of 2 minutes, you'll take it out. As you can see, it doesn't look super melted yet. So we give it a little stir. It's starting to get there, but it's not quite. I'm going to put it in for another minute at 50% power. So it looks a little bit more melty. It's actually moving. The bowl is pretty hot, but the chocolate isn't super hot, which is good. If you can measure it, you want the chocolate to be at like 90 degrees Fahrenheit, but generally if you kind of touch it and it's, warm but not hot, that probably means it's beneath body temperature, so it's about 90 degrees. And you see I've stirred it and it looks really nice and glossy now. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to use our little silicone molds. You can get these kind of anywhere. Amazon is a good bet. Probably can also get them at like a Walmart or Target or something. And you don't need a bunch of them. One set is going to work perfectly fine. But if you're making a lot of these, you do need more than one. And what we're going to do is we're going to take a paintbrush and we're going to paint the newly melted chocolate into each of these little rounds. when you've got them all filled in, you're just going to pop this into the freezer for 5 minutes. The big thing that you want to make sure of, though, is that all the edges are pretty much filled as close to the edge as you can, because you're going to need that to be close to the edge to get a good seal so it doesn't just fall apart. So I'm just going to pop these in the fridge. You do so as well, the freezer. I'm going to pop these in the freezer, and you do so as well, and then set a 5-minute timer, and you're good. Okay, so it's been 5 minutes, and I don't know if you can tell this in the camera, but it's already basically solidified nicely. It's not turning white or anything, so it means that I didn't overheat the chocolate, and I can see the patterns in it. I can also see where there are some like weak areas where I can see the silicone through it. But all we need to do right now is just take our chocolate and our paintbrush, and we're going to make a second coat. So make sure to fill in any of those weak spots, and make sure that you go right up to the edge so that you can get that good seal. Okay. And when you have it all done, you're just going to pop it back into the freezer. You need to put it in for at least 5 minutes, but I think that I kind of gooped it on a bit thick, so I'm going to do about 10. It's not going to hurt it. And then after that, we're going to pop them out, and it's going to be real exciting. So I've taken it out, and I can definitely feel that it's pretty stiff. And this is kind of the scariest part of it, because we've got to unmold these. So you have to be really slow, and you're just going to kind of gently pull it away and gently push from the bottom. And you will get this. And we're just going to do that with all of the remaining 5. Okay, and so you can see that we have these nice little things. It looks like they turned out pretty well. I could see on a couple of them where it looks like maybe I didn't uniformly cover them in chocolate like I should have, but that's okay. I'm not giving these away as gifts. And the next thing we're just going to do is assemble each of our little hot chocolate bombs. So you're going to put one of them somewhere up like this, and then you're going to take your hot chocolate fixings and you're just going to fill them. Once you've got it filled the way you want, you're going to put a cap on and you're going to seal it with some more chocolate. If you want to be like super fancy and make sure it looks really, really nice, you can put your chocolate in a piping bag and pipe it around the edges. But I just take a spoon and I just kind of like slop it on the edges, and it's good enough. Take your top, put it gently on there. Alright, I feel like it's going to melt faster than I'd like, so I'm just going to pop this into the freezer real quick. And just fill the remaining ones. And then back into the freezer this goes. Now, when you're done like freezing it, you can also go around the edges and just kind of try to make everything a little bit nicer if you want, or seal it a little bit better, especially if you're going to try to like give this to somebody later. If you want to kind of cover up the edges, because you're like, oh, I don't like that they look sloppy, but I wanted to make sure that it was sealed, you can also always roll them in sprinkles or in cookie crumbs or kind of whatever, and that will cover your seal. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to freeze these for another about 5 minutes just to make sure it sets, and then we're going to see if our hot chocolate bombs actually explode with flavor. So we have our completed hot chocolate bomb right here. It actually looks like it's sealed pretty well. I'm going to avoid touching it because it's pretty easy to melt chocolate in your hands, but we're going to see if it's going to do the bomb part of the hot chocolate bomb. So you're just going to take your favorite mug, and you're going to take your hot chocolate bomb and put it in the mug. Got it right there. You're going to take your favorite milk substitute, or water. Make sure it's hot already, and then you're going to pour it on top. I've got about 1¼ cups of milk right here, and we're going to just see if I can get it to go right. All right. So we can see that some of the marshmallows came out, and it's slowly melting, and my little hot chocolate bomb is all done. So just get a spoon, stir it, and enjoy.